Good morning and welcome. Thank you. Welcome to the 2021 Fargo Police Department Academy graduation ceremony. We're going to start the ceremony by having a posting of the colors by the Fargo Police Department Honor Guard with the Pledge of Allegiance to follow. Please stand.
Colors, host! Ready, halt. Ready, face. Ready, post. Ready, colors. Preset, halt. Order, arms. Ready, face. Forward, march.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. We'll start by welcoming City of Fargo Mayor, Dr. Tim Mahoney.
Good morning. It is great to have this room full again, and it's super great to have it for this great occasion. We are here this morning to celebrate the graduation of the second Fargo Police Academy. Before I go into it, I want to thank those who made it possible. Thank you, Sergeant Sandy and the training officers Berger and Mock. Without your guidance and leadership, these graduates wouldn't be standing here today, prepared to begin a journey in law enforcement. I truly believe in this academy and the people behind it, and am confident that we will have all these men and women in positions to succeed and to serve the public. And thank you, Chief, as well. This is your first academy as a chief, making today a special day for you as well. These graduates all choose to pursue one of the most noble and difficult professions imaginable: public safety and service. I applaud each of you in your ambition, character, and commitment to helping others. As each of you begin your careers in law enforcement, know this: you will find yourself interacting with people as they are in the midst of the worst days of their life. There will be difficult times and plenty of challenges. Do not ever forget the reason you're choosing to become a police officer, why you are called to serve and protect. And remember, the Fargo community supports its officers and believes in mission and the values of the Fargo Police Department. We know that your work is important. You have been prepared by the very best trainers, and above all, your humanity will be your greatest asset. The chief has a trial where we go through a traffic stop and shows us what happens in a traffic stop and what our police officers think about during a traffic stop and what we all think about when we got a traffic stop. But it's an ability for us to judge and decide what should I do in this encounter in a public area. It can be one of the most dangerous times, or it can be one of the times in which my officers shine, in which how they handle the public, what they do with the public, and how it turns out. And when we've interacted with the public, they suddenly found that our officers are human. They have fears, they have concerns when they do these things, but yet they come through it as a professional team. And I'm so proud of how my officers react in the public. They're one of my greatest ambassadors to the city of Fargo. Now, enjoy this moment and take a second to relish the fact that you did it. You graduated from the 2nd Fargo Police Academy. You overcame the challenges, both mental and physical, and showed you have what it takes to be a law enforcement officer. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor. We would now like to introduce Chief David Zabolski.
Morning, everybody. Pretty big day for everyone. Everyone's pretty excited, right? Whew. A little relief, okay? First, Fargo PD class number 2, right? You're always going to be that class number 2. Kind of exciting, right? I want to acknowledge all of you for your hard work and commitment. Remember, we talked about the difference between commitment and involvement last night, right? Your true commitment to get to this point. It's a big deal, okay? Although many of you have completed the background process and anxiously await your swearing on September 7th, some are still working towards that goal, and I speak to all of you with the optimism that you will acquire your career goal and become a Fargo police officer. Thanks to the families of these graduates. It was great meeting some of you last night. I look forward to our future chit-chats here leading up to the swearing ceremony. And for the graduates, remember how critical it is to keep that strong social network in order to navigate a stressful but fulfilling and rewarding career. We see a lot of tragedy, and we take reasonable risks to protect the public. It's easy to isolate yourself from others, and it's your family and support networks that help keep you grounded. So moms and dads and brothers and sisters and spouses, I give you permission to stay on top of what they're doing, okay? Graduates, 12 weeks ago, you took that first step towards what I hope is your passion. I'm sure it is your passion. It needs to be. Public service, but more important, guardianship. It's one of the values of our department, but it really speaks about what we do as law enforcement officers. 90% of the time, we are in a guardianship role. Sometimes we have to be in more of a warrior role, but that's not the majority of the time. So we have to have the ability to do that when it's necessary, but 90% of the time, that guardianship role is what sees us through our day-to-day activities safely and helps us protect the public. We are guardians not only to our community, but to each other, right? We keep each other safe, we keep the community safe. And as a team, we work towards public safety. So today we celebrate your success and achievements as you prepare to graduate from the best law enforcement academy in North Dakota and prepare to join the best law enforcement team not only in North Dakota, but in the country. I'm extremely proud of your accomplishments thus far. I'm extremely proud of our staff that have gotten you to this point. It's an exciting time as you kind of get ready to put the referential knowledge, skills, and abilities that you got in the academy into the functional, practical world and application. So remember that performance, and how do we view your performance is the sum of motivation times ability. Most of that motivation is on you, right? You need to bring positive attitude, best foot forward, understanding that everything doesn't always work out the way we wanted it to, but your best intentions and best decisions still count for some pretty positive motivation. Our organization, in terms of motivation, has to provide an environment in which you feel safe, in which you feel developed, guided, mentored, and that's exactly what we do at Fargo PD. So the motivation piece, remember that one, ability, okay? Ability, we all have different abilities, but now that you've gotten to this point, there's not much that we can't train you to do, and that's where you start to grow your ability. No one walks into this position with 40 years of experience and knowledge. I mean, there's a couple of 40-year veterans around that will let you know that they've got the answers, right? But you don't at this juncture. It's a continual learning environment, and so you will constantly have to adapt and learn and ask questions and not be afraid of that, not be afraid of an occasional failure. Good opportunity to learn. Okay, so Motivation times ability equals performance, okay? Our team looks forward to your success and is committed to working with each of you. You only need to bring that same level of commitment and dedication, i.e. motivation, to the table. Our profession, extremely noble, but it's extremely dynamic. It's ever-changing. It's rare when you're going to have a boring day. So you must approach it, again, from the continual learning environment perspective. You must be able to adapt and function in such an environment, and we will help you do that as you grow and acquire those skills and knowledge. So congratulations to our Fargo Police Department Academy Class Number 2. Best wishes for a long, safe, and fulfilling career. I greatly enjoyed our time together learning about the Constitution, right? It was a lot of fun, a lot of good interaction. That's exactly the kind of environment that you have to look forward to. So best of luck to all of you, and I look forward to our next really big event in the progression of your career on September 7th when we get to that swearing ceremony. We'll have some additional guidance for you. But for today, let's celebrate this moment. Go have a little ice cream or some kind of special dinner out with your family and go on from there, okay? So nicely done, everyone. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chief. Part of our graduation ceremony was having the graduates select one of their peers to represent them and give a speech today. That graduate is Chris Cassandro. Chris, go ahead and come on up.
Well, hello, everyone. Good morning. First off, I would like to thank each and every one of you for taking time to be here today and to celebrate us the completion of the last 12 weeks. Earlier this week, when I found out I was to be voted the class speaker for the second graduating class of the Fargo Police Department, my initial thought was, oh boy, since public speaking has always been a challenge for me. However, the reality is that I'm not doing this alone. As I stand here today, I'm surrounded by a dedicated, talented team, and it is a great honor to stand alongside them and to address you today. 12 weeks ago, the journey started with a bunch of green recruits rigidly sitting in a classroom full of strangers with the common goal of serving our community as police officers. We were told the next weeks will be hard. It won't get any easier, but you will become stronger every day. Little did I know at that time the strength that we would forge together over the next 12 weeks. Learning to be a cohesive team was the common theme from day one. The first time I realized that we were achieving that goal is when we were sweating in the 105-degree weather under the Fargo sunshine, attempting to keep running and encouraging each other to finish strong. It wasn't about being first or strongest. It was about overcoming difficulty together. We would continue to overcome the challenges together throughout the summer. Each day, we did become stronger than the previous day. Whether we were interlocking arms going through the tear gas or comparing bruises that we got from defensive tactics and this ammunition, we had each other to rely on, and together our resolve strengthened. I can't tell you it was easy, but I can tell you it was worth every moment. We all agreed we would not change anything. To be inspired by the genuine character of our instructors and to be challenged by their feedback was worth every sore muscle. They were outstanding in our dedication and our combined success. We are very fortunate to be a part of this academy. Being a well-trained police department starts with the investment in a high-quality academy. We experience that excellency firsthand, and we are thankful for this opportunity. Success is what we accomplished during the summer, and we all look forward to the future of serving our community as police officers.
Great job, Chris. Well said. Next, we are going to have our graduates go through one last presentation. I know you guys you thought you were done, but we're just going to power through one more. I'll start that presentation by saying how honored and proud I am to be presenting here today. This is my last opportunity to address you as a class, and for me, it truly is an opportunity. I want to tell you how proud and honored I am to be standing here today, addressing you as graduates of this academy, and the best way I can describe my feeling is by saying thank you. Overwhelmingly, gratitude is what I'm feeling today. And please keep in mind, I pride myself on burying my feelings down deep and never letting them out or talking to anybody about them. So I hope you all realize how difficult this is for me today. I'll move along with the thank yous. Thank you to the Training and Development Unit, Officer Berger, Officer Mock, Sergeant Hanning, Assistant Chief Stefanowitz. If you guys could stand up, please. It is hard to talk about the work we've done over the last 3 months because I feel like we're never able to describe it accurately. These are some of the hardest working, most talented people that I have ever had the privilege of knowing, and I can't thank you guys enough. And I thank you for allowing me to be a part of your team. It is a position that I will try to earn every single day. Thank you to the Fargo Police Department and our team of instructors and PTOs. As you can imagine, putting on a summer academy is a daunting task. Our instructors and PTOs not only helped us with the academy, but they also picked up the slack with our primary duties involving our in-service training program and other day-to-day operations at the police department. We stepped away from our responsibilities with complete confidence because we knew that you would be able to man the ship and hold down the fort while we were busy with the academy. Your hard work and efforts did not go unnoticed, and they are greatly appreciated. Thank you to the friends and family of our graduates. The law enforcement profession is truly a calling. No one gets into this field for the money, the benefits, the comfortable vest, and the duty belt. We get into this field because of the calling to help other people, to serve our communities, and to try and make the world a better place, even if it's just a little bit. Many people feel this calling, but few answer it. Your graduates answered that calling, and you supported it. You continue to support them throughout the summer, and hopefully you will continue to support them throughout their careers. We need them, and we need more like them. Our department needs them, our community needs them, and our society needs them. Thank you for supporting their decision and supporting them as they enter a life of service. Last but not least, thank you to the graduates. Thank you for your hard work, your positive attitudes, your professionalism, and your adaptability. The requirements and standards that we asked of you are what some would consider to be extreme. We simply asked you to give us all you had, all summer long, and you did. In fact, you did it well. All of you came in every day and gave us everything you had, physically, mentally, academically, professionally, and personally. You truly gave us all you had, and it showed. It showed in your daily performance out doing PT at 3:30 in the afternoon during a very unusually hot and dry year. It didn't rain often, but when it did, that didn't stop us. We were out there in the rain too. It showed on the firing line, it showed on the DT mats, it showed in your test scores, it showed in how you acted in the classroom, and it showed during the times when we asked the most of you. We asked you to sit there and take the most honest, blunt, critical feedback that you've ever had. Based on some of your reactions, I really believe that some of you have never had feedback like that before, but you did it. Not only did you take it, but you took it to heart and you used it to better yourselves, to improve. What a mindset, what an accomplishment. It's hard to even talk about because having me stand up here and summarize it like that really doesn't do it justice. Never forget that you listen to us give you critical personal feedback about your performance, your personality, your speech, your behavior, how you were carrying yourself. No topic was off the table. What an accomplishment. What a valuable experience you will always be able to talk about and discuss and show that you can overcome any challenge or deficiency, personal or professional. It's a skill only few possess and even fewer use. But you did it and you continue to do it. Great job to all. Think of some of the things you have done. Some of you had very little experience, if not zero experience, with firearms and defensive tactics. Most of you never experienced CS gas, which is tear gas, or the taser. After you were directly contaminated with pepper spray, you were given physical and mental tasks to achieve. Think of those accomplishments. Training with simunition and clearing buildings when you knew there were armed suspects inside, running towards danger. Think of that accomplishment. And just to clarify, we say simunition, but basically what that is a 9mm paintball round. It's kind of like paintball, except it hurts a little bit worse. Improving your physical performance, winning your scenarios, and sparring with some of our most physical officers. The list goes on and on. 12 weeks of testing your limits and succeeding. That is why we can say without hesitation that you are prepared for a career in law enforcement. Never forget all that you have accomplished during your training and use that accomplishment as a foundation for future success and challenges. Never be content with your own performance or knowledge. Stay on the path and always strive to improve your skills and abilities. Now, in reference to the CS, the OC, and the taser, you may have seen us, your instructors, smiling during those drills and those exposures. During room clearing, you were probably thinking that we were smiling underneath the protective helmets when we were role-playing as armed suspects with those paintball rounds and getting ready to pepper you with those painful reminders on why the tactics are important. If we were going to be completely honest, we were smiling. We were smiling the whole time. But it's not what you think. We were overcome with a feeling of pride and accomplishment when we saw you dominate the challenges put before you. Seeing each of you overcome the anxiety and fear and the physical and mental challenge and winning. As a trainer, that is the ultimate reward. A lot of people in law enforcement talk about getting home at the end of your shift. You have to make sure you get home at the end of your shift. And a common saying that we use is be safe. Always be safe. It's a greeting. It's at the end of emails, text messages, phone calls. Everybody be safe. I would argue that getting home and being safe is not good enough. We win. We win every encounter that we go to. We have to win those encounters. We have complete confidence that you all will be able to win whatever scenario and situation you walk into based on your outstanding performance throughout the academy. Don't think of today as the end or the completion of your training. We have simply laid the foundation for your future career. This is truly the beginning of your long and successful career in law enforcement. Now is when you must decide what type of law enforcement officer you will be. What type of career will you have? It is a choice you will have to make every single day in your career. What kind of day will I have? What kind of officer will I be today? No one will determine this for you. The choice is yours and yours alone. In summary, I will emphasize the strong family-oriented culture you are now entering. Law enforcement is truly a family. We must take care of each other and we must hold each other accountable. A black eye for one of us is a black eye for all of us. As a class, continue to hold each other to the highest standard that you have maintained throughout your training. Take the time to stay in contact with each other and support each other throughout your careers. Don't hesitate to correct each other, and if a wrong turn is taken, make the correction and stay on the path. To echo what the mayor and the chief have already stated, some within our profession consider us to be modern knights or guardians. Swords have been replaced by handguns. Actual shields have been replaced with the shields we wear on our uniforms. I agree with this description, but not because of the sidearm or the shield, but because of what we stand for and what we fight for every day. All of you, all of us, are entrusted to uphold our integrity and our professionalism as we represent law enforcement as a whole. Upon employment, you will swear to an oath of office. Hold true to that oath. Periodically come back to it and let it refresh your commitment to your community and to your profession. Be proud of who you are and what you've accomplished. Congrats, good luck, and most importantly, thank you. I think. The City of Fargo communications team put together a very well-made video that summarizes the academy for us. At this time, we'll watch that video.
On August 5th, 2021, the Fargo Police Department graduated its second ever police academy. It's exciting to always have that first class. I mean, I can even remember back to my first academy class that I graduated in Milwaukee when I was the academy director there, and how excited all those folks were. And that's how we want them to feel every day when they come to work, because it's a pretty important thing to put that badge on and go to work every day, and especially to represent the City of Fargo Police Department and the City of Fargo.
The creation of this academy is something that we've talked about for years, and it's something that we've always wanted to do. We are always in a state of hiring and recruiting. As with any large law enforcement agency, we're looking for good people. We're always looking for good people. Well, now with the academy, we can put our efforts and our resources into one summer academy, run that for 12 weeks for 20 people, and start them off on the right foot.
An advantage that the Fargo Police Department has over other academies is that our instructors are made up of current police officers. So we're bringing in detectives that are working current cases. We're bringing in officers that are working on patrol, and they're able to bring in real-life experience of things that they're currently doing or currently working on.
Our highest priority when we come into work every day is just creating good police officers, or the best police officers we can. We look at each one of these students as a potential partner on the street. And so we just want to make sure that they're confident, they're knowledgeable, and they can go out and do the job and do what they need for the citizens of Fargo.
My dad was a cop for many years, and I've always looked up to it. I felt this calling for community service and protection.
I've always been drawn towards helping communities as much as I can, and I feel like I'm able to do it, so I feel drawn to do it.
I can't think of anything else in the world you could do day to day where you're going to go out and just try to find a solution to just one thing after the other, try to make somebody's life a little better that way. Something that really resonated with me and something I hope to make a career out of.
It's a lot of classroom work, just learning all the different elements of becoming a police officer, what you can and can't do.
I really like the constitutional law. I think that's a lot of fun. Also learning some of the defensive tactics that police get to use, that's a lot of fun as well.
Most interesting to myself has been learning how to handcuff someone. You're restricting someone's movement, but in order to keep their dignity as a human being and respectful, just knowing how to put them on correctly is super important, so you're not pinching them, you're not hurting them.
I think what I have most fun with is actually like the traffic stop kind of stuff. The instructor would be kind of evaluating us. They'd give us a scenario, tell us this person is being pulled over for such and such violation, and then we basically make our call-outs over the radio, you know, walk up to the car, kind of have a conversation with the person. Just doing the scenarios and getting kind of the feel for what I'm gonna see on the street has made me feel a lot better about getting out there and actually like applying what I've learned.
The weapons instructors here are highly qualified. They're really good about taking somebody that's new with a firearm and teaching them the ropes and getting you qualified. The EVOC, which was our driving course, that was really fun, getting to whip the vehicles around a little bit.
Just kind of testing the abilities of the car and testing our abilities too as drivers. It's really cool to see how much work you can put into those cars and how they perform. So it was really fun.
Did not expect I was gonna have to get tased. Did not expect I was gonna have to get gassed.
And it's really important for us to get exposed to it because we might have to do it to someone. And you should know what you're inflicting on someone.
PT is kind of one of my favorite things, believe it or not. I've always been somebody who kind of likes to stay active, so I'm really enjoying it. Everybody's improving.
When it comes to like PT and strength and the physical part, not a lot of people was at that level, but now like everyone is doing like 30, 40 push-ups without getting tired. We're running, we're doing all the physical thing. It's fun.
Personally, I didn't realize kind of coming right into this academy just how much goes into it. A lot of things you're thinking just right from the get-go. What do I need to say on the radio? Where am I going to stop this car? How do I want to walk up to them? What's the first thing I'm going to say? Thankfully, we were able to get out here, get in squads, have some role players going, and just kind of start working through all that.
I mean, all this is really preparing us to go out on the street and be ready to go. You know, if we see somebody who we think is driving impaired, I feel we would be able to conduct the tests that we need to move forward with whatever way we feel is right. And that goes for any of our training we've had, whether it's room clearing tactics, firearms, all that stuff. I feel confident in our class to be able to go forward and execute.
We got to go out on university here and try to guesstimate speeds and be able to verify it on LiDAR. That was pretty cool.
And that was a lot of fun because you'd see the car coming at you, you'd guess it's going 35, then you see the LiDAR says they're going 36.
Defensive tactics is a skill of not trying to hurt someone, but trying to counter and control their movements. Our main focus is making the person safe during it.
We will wrestle around with each other while the instructors watch, and then we can get times to go after the instructors as well. It's very fun.
You did this training and it's a confidence booster because you're like, okay, I know that I can clear this area without putting myself in too much harm.
Once you get the hang of it, and it's not necessarily getting a hang of the tactics, it's more getting used to working with everybody and kind of like know how to move together.
I think I'll be ready to go for the people of Fargo. I think they've really put that into us that we have the confidence, and if we have a question, there's so many resources out for us.
It's really become like a family mentality. Like everyone helps each other out, and it's just like really good team building. Like if you see someone struggle, try and give them pointers, or if they see you struggle, kind of give their point of view and build off of that.
Our department is really positioning itself for future success. There's a lot of opportunities here for everyone, and I think both internally within the department and externally within our community that everyone's going to find a lot of rewarding opportunities as they continue down their law enforcement career. I'm just really excited for the future of the department and the city.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd just like to recognize the communication team. They spent a ton of time this summer up at the academy shooting a lot of video, talking to the students, talking to the instructors. Great job, guys. Very good. Okay, moving along. We're now going to present the class awards. Officer Berger, Officer Mock, Mayor Mahoney, Chief Zabolski, if you guys would come up, please. The first award for valedictorian is to Jonas Duncan. Jonas, go ahead and come up. The academy consisted of 454 post-certified hours, over 1,000 points, and it really did come down to the end, the final test. Great job, Jonas. The next award is for the top gun. So throughout the summer, we did a variety of firearms training, and at the end, it all came down to a timed shooting course where the students competed with each other. The individual who won that competition was then given an opportunity for double or nothing. Can he defend the title? And he did. And the way he defended the title is we have our cardboard backers with our targets, and we edge them, and they had 2 magazines and ammo. And if anybody can cut the target in half while it's flat, they would beat the winner. And nobody did. So congratulations, Chris Cassandro. Go ahead and come on up. Shake hands, Chris. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Right in the middle there, Chris. Good job, Chris. Our next award is for Top Gear. The EVOC training that you saw in the video, that block of instruction consists of classroom training, and then we go out to a coned off course where the students are allowed to push those vehicles to the limit. And believe me, they do. It's a lot of fun, but it's also very, very challenging, and the training ends with a combined course that ties in all the skills and abilities they learned over the last 2 days. That timed course is used as a competition for the Top Gear Award. Blake Omberg, go ahead and come on up. Good job, Blake. It must run in the family because his brother won it last year when he attended our academy, his twin brother. The next award we call the Balboa Award. It is an award that recognizes physical fitness and challenge that the students have to overcome as they go through the academy. As you can imagine, everybody enters or starts the academy at a different fitness level. Some people come in and they have a lot of work to do, and they have a lot to overcome. Our PRA test, which we'll talk about in a little bit, is a physical fitness obstacle course, and the last piece of it is where the student needs to wrestle with a machine, a push-pull machine that simulates wrestling with a non-compliant suspect. It's a very difficult course. For the Balboa Award, Cassandra Dornicker. Great job, Cassandra. And our last award also deals with the physical readiness assessment, which is that timed obstacle course. That is a timed event, and the state standard to pass it is 6 minutes and 30 seconds. The winner for the fastest time is Ben Lean, and he came in at 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Very, very impressive. Good job, Ben. Moving along, we'll now do the presentation of certificates. The students will come up, the graduates will come up one at a time. We will present them with their certificates, take some pictures, and get through the whole list. Photography is okay. If you want to take a picture of your graduate or your family member, feel free to do so. Also, at the end of the ceremony, the instructors will stick around, the officers will stick around, and you can come take as many pictures as you want. We'll start with Wyatt Becker.
Congratulations.
Ben Lean. Chris Cassandro. Brady Nurple.
You want it? It is a big moment.
Michael DePalma. Blake Omberg. Cassandra Dornicker. Tyler Poole. Jonas Duncan. Getting ahead of myself. Molly Richardson. Devin Schaefer. Titus Gruanu. Jeff Ward. Everybody. All right, let's give them all one last final round of applause. That concludes our ceremony. Thank you all for coming. As the chief said, we had a family and friends event last night where we got to meet a lot of you. Happy to see you guys came back after that. So we'll stick around if you guys want to take pictures. Feel free. If you want the instructors in there, just come find one of us and we'll make that happen. Thanks again.